I won't be a stickler for the rules. No, 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 no. Spoiler alert. Welcome to episode 144 of Thanks for Watching. Or is it episode 12 squared? Isn't that how that works?
You're asking me math? Don't do that.
Come
on,
oops.
man.
Sorry,
Didn't
mean it.
Well,
It's
you're
Monday.
gonna ruin our day.
I know.
I was doing math earlier. I don't need to do it right now.
Oh, whoops. Yep, my bad. It's Monday after Valentine's Day. That means it's the 15th. Woohoo!
That is true. Good job.
Yay, I could do this. I'm DJ.
I'm Beth.
I'm Joe.
Hey, welcome to the show. And I just heard that Crackhead Blue joined us.
Hey, girl.
Yeah, welcome to the show. Okay, so a little bit of a rundown. Hold on, I'm going to move my stuff so I can read it. We'll have last week's trivia question, which I didn't get a reply. True or false thing. So I'm surprised.
You didn't get any?
I didn't get any. I didn't get any. I mean, wow. I didn't see any. So, but then we'll have a list of Morgan Freeman films. No box office, but we'll get into what we've been watching. In the meantime, entertainment news, y'all. Did you know that Sundance Film Festival had its largest audience ever with its virtual event?
It's because not everyone had to go out to...
The snow?
Yeah, I was going to say... It's
the cold?
Is that in Sundance? Is that one in Utah? Or where's that one? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, Utah.
For some reason, my brain was going Aspen, and I'm like, you dork, that's the Aspen Film Festival. Right there in the name, goofus.
Right there.
That's where, Lloyd and what's his name go.
Exactly.
Aspen.
Aha, yeah, that's right. That's right.
Find Mrs. Samsonite.
I was way off.
Exactly. They doubled their audience. Can you imagine?
By going virtual?
4 people went. No.
Yeah.
Lots of people.
Lots of people.
It's a huge audience.
Yeah, very much so. I recommend they do it again. I bet they doubled their income too, right?
I bet.
Yeah, nice. But I mean, it's an exclusive. I don't even know.
Exclusive.
Maybe it is. Yeah, exclusive.
It's invitation only, right?
Something like that.
I think so. I don't think so.
I know certain people get to go and other people don't get to go.
Well, I think they only have so many seats. Like,
I believe that is the case.
Tickets.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
most places are like that, DJ. They only have so many seats.
Right.
Even Coloma only has so many seats.
Even football stadiums, they have so many.
Only so many.
That's true.
Even my car has so many seats.
Good point.
I can fit a lot of people in there, but just not that many.
I feel like
only so many.
This is one of those moments where I feel like I'm turning into my parents.
Oh.
God. Oh, my goodness.
Now, you'll just be happy you're not turning into my grandmother. She once lent us her car, and she said, now, it's very important that you listen to what I say. When it's locked, it's locked. And we're like...
Yeah.
Got
it.
Thanks for that super specific and important piece of information that we would never have known otherwise.
All right.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Yep.
Got it, Graham.
Yeah. Well, I guess by that last statement, I'm on my way to your grandma.
No, don't say that.
I know. Okay. Well.
She has gone somewhere you cannot follow yet.
Oh, dear.
Yep.
Oh, boy. I'd say I had another...
Michigan. It's very cold there. No.
Yes. Open link, because I don't know what I put here. It was just like, I put something here, and I'm like, I just threw a link down, and I'm like, well...
Dude, you got to make notes for yourself. You're
the
one who reads that,
notes.
And Joe doesn't... Joe's not going to click some random link in the show notes, because who knows
what true. That is true. I will not do that.
The only one who will do that is you.
Well, okay, yeah, so that link was the deaf culture breakout hit. It was a breakout hit of Sundance. Apparently, Coda was like the big hit there. Like
Cool.
everybody loved
Nice.
it. So I think that's why I wanted to throw that link there, but I was like in a hurry, so I was like, oh, let me just throw that link here, and I'll keep going and doing other things.
I'll figure it out.
I was probably doing homework, and that like
It
popped
does
up.
suck half your brain out.
Yeah, exactly. And so just what I need is like more distractions, because you know how I work.
I do.
Yeah. Last bit of news that I have, I'm kind of excited for. Coming to America 2,
yeah.
March 5th.
That's fast.
yeah, Amazon Prime.
Ooh.
Yeah, check it out.
Nice. I will put that in my eyes.
I will too. March 5th, is that going to be, that's not going to be on our list, right? Oh no, that's a C. Never mind.
That's a C movie, bud. And you want to be a teacher.
No. Well, I'm not yet. I have the license as soon as I get my
That's what
background
I said.
check,
You
so-
want to be a teacher.
Oh, yes. Well, I'll always want.
Yeah, it's like I want to be an astronaut, but that's really not going to happen.
Right.
For a number of reasons. Not the least of which is the math.
Well, there's the math.
Yeah.
Well.
True story.
Anybody else have any news?
No.
Not that I can think of right now.
All right. Well, hey, here is the video. Well, actually, I guess you could, if you're on YouTube, you'll be able to see the video because I'm just going to match it up right here. But if you're listening, here's the audio of the interview I had with a TikTok friend of mine. Her name's Jean, and she saw a bunch of films at Sundance, so she got to go see them. And well, she didn't go.
She got to
watched
stay
it
home
virtually.
and see them.
Yeah, she got lucky where she could like pause it and go get some food.
That is like the best of all available worlds.
Right? Totally.
Yeah,
totally.
I found that it ties into this. It's not about Sundance, but it's about like people are like, man, I got to pay $20 to rent this brand new movie on Amazon. Like,
yeah, but
come
you
on,
get
man.
to sit at home.
Right, that's
Yeah.
the thing. Like, if you were going out to the theater to see it, you'd spend that much anyway, right?
And
Right.
then you'd
I
spend
think-
more on all the snacks.
Right. So I think there's like this mental thing is like, well, I'm at home, so why am I paying this much for it? But
Oh, see, for me, I'm like,
you're paying for the
sign me
convenience,
up.
man.
I don't
Yeah.
have to wear uncomfortable clothes.
Yeah.
I don't have to worry about if my dog
feet
is
getting
eating a roll
my
of toilet paper. I
Feet
don't.
won't get stuck to your floor.
Right? I
Yep.
don't. None of that. I can pause it if I have to pee.
Yep.
I don't have to do that app that DJ loves that says, "Hey, you can pee in 35 seconds" because there's going to be a lull in the movie.
Run peed.
Yep.
That's the one.
Yep.
That's hilarious.
That drives me. I don't know why there's a thing like that. I get it, but it's just if you're going
I
to a movie,
need it.
man, just make
That's
sure.
why.
Well, he drinks like the biggest soda ever.
Well, don't do that.
The,
Well, and that's because I'm up late at night too. Like we go to the movies late. Like we'll probably start a movie around 9:30 or 10
and
o'clock.
goes to bed at 4 in the afternoon most times after he gets his buffet lunch and
Yeah.
Get that Denny's senior discount Grand
Heck
Slam.
yeah, man.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I do
exactly.
find though that when I'm watching a movie at home, if I find out that the dog dies, I will tell Egon and Elfie not to watch.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
I'll be like,
turn-
go in the other
turn
room,
away,
guys.
guys.
Don't watch this.
Yeah, turn away.
Or I'll like cover their ears. But other than that, I find I am not upset at all by like, hey, let's watch the brand new movie at home. Sign me up.
Yeah.
Sign me up
Penny and I
for
just
real.
paid. We just paid $20 to watch a movie to do that, like to rent a film. So it's not even out yet.
There you go.
Yeah, so we're all for that.
And if
So.
there's two of you going, you're spending that much, and then
Even
snacks
more.
is another $80. If you have to pay
Yeah.
to park,
Yep.
if you have to pay for gas,
Yeah.
it's
Meh.
No, you don't have to sell me on it. I'm
no,
with
I
you.
know
I was just-
you're on
sold.
board. And then, like, sometimes the movie theater doesn't have your drink of choice. They only have Coke instead of Pepsi or whatever. You get everything you want at home, man.
Yeah, that's right.
I get mad when they don't have my special Cheetos popcorn.
That is the problem. But you could, like, Blue could make some popcorn, and then you could mash up. It's the hot Cheetos, right?
It's the hot Cheetos and cheese popcorn mashup. I don't know why I like it so much.
You could probably make that at home.
Definitely can.
The fact that I was mentioning Blue right as the little gif of the kid with the Pepsi popped up.
Fuller, yeah.
It was just like, whoop! Oh, there she is right now. Speak of the devil.
There it is.
He'll pee all over me.
That movie, I swear. Moving on.
Yeah. Moving on. Okay. Well, hey, here's my friend Gene from TikTok. You'll find, I'll tell you afterwards. But anyway, listen in. All right. Our second interview of Thanks for Watching History, I think, if I can remember. And of course, me with all my notes sitting right over here, just in case you need to know. Just so you know, y'all, this is going to be sent out early to all you Patreon subscribers. So that way you can hear it. If you're going to be listening live on the show, you won't hear this part because I will edit it into the main show later. So give you a chance to listen to us or watch us at the same or a little bit early. There you go. Okay, so with me right here on our screen is Jean, and she is a friend of mine on TikTok. We were introduced by another TikToker, and Jean really loves film based on what I've seen.
Yes, I do.
Excellent. And so I thought she'd be a great guest on the cast, on our show. Yeah, you know what I mean. Yeah. So you'll find her on TikTok at Knitting Dyke, and she's got a lot of great content. So I recommend you checking it out. And so here is one of the videos from this most recent film festival of Sundance.
Hey y'all, it's the beginning of Black History Month. I started my day with 2 Sundance films. The first was Ailey, about African-American dancer and studio founder Alvin Ailey. The second film was a narrative film called R#J, a retelling of the Romeo and Juliet story. All the characters were black and brown, and it was told as if it was happening today, and all the drama was on social media. It was really fun. I'd highly recommend it. For my fellow white people, if you don't know who Alvin Ailey is, do a little research or see this film.
That was awesome. Like, I really love those kind of commentaries. And so Sundance, you went to Sundance. First of all, do you go to Sundance normally?
Actually, I've been to Sundance once. I love film festivals. It's one of the things I love to do. I've been to TIFF, the Toronto International Film Festival.
Ooh.
And every year I go to my local film festival, which is the Minneapolis-St. Paul International Film Festival.
Okay.
And it'll be happening this year virtually, I believe, in May. I went in 2004 and I saw films like Napoleon Dynamite, Super Sized Me. Have you ever seen Debs? D.E.B.S. Debs.
It sounds familiar.
It's a comedy sort of thing, action film. College kids take this test, or especially women, specifically cheerleaders, take this test. And if you score a certain way, you get into this elite league of crime fighters called the Debs.
Okay, I did not see this one. Okay.
Charlie's Angels. It's you could see it. I got to meet the director. It was her first film.
Cool.
It was just my first Sundance was just a really fun thing. But I've been going to my local one for decades.
Sundance, what did you like there?
Oh my gosh. I saw 24 films, full-length films, and I saw all the shorts programs, all 7 of them. Yes.
Nice.
2 documentary, 4 narrative, and 1 animation.
Coda is another one that you saw, and that's the one.
Yes.
Like the community was buzzing about, and I don't know if they had sold out of tickets for that or how that worked out, but so tell me, what did you think? Like, have you had experience with deaf people before? And
well, yes, my spouse used to be a sign language interpreter 20 years ago, and she learned sign. She had graduated from college with a Spanish degree, and her first job was with a deaf couple in Milwaukee. She's not from Milwaukee. And so she learned sign in a native environment, very much like a coda does.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Right. So when she ended up going to school to get certified to become an interpreter, she had a very different sense of the language and the culture than most of the people coming in. And so we've been involved a little bit in the deaf community here. In 2012, when there was a marriage amendment fight, we got involved in the deaf community to help create videos and do some of that stuff. So
rock on.
Just a little bit. Liz knows much more about that than I do. She had some things to say about the film.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure. There's a lot of buzz, that's for sure.
Yes. I'll be curious to hear what you've heard. We're not directly connected to the deaf community, but 3 deaf actors play deaf people, which is really nice. Actually, deaf people playing deaf people. The Q&A afterward, I'll have to see if I can send you the Q&A. I don't know if that's only accessible to people with passes, or they put them on YouTube, but they're unlisted.
Yeah.
But I think if you have the link, you can watch it.
Okay.
It's fascinating. They had interpreters. The director learned sign language to communicate with the actors. Yeah.
It is online. I did see it. It's like 45 minutes Q&A. I didn't watch it yet because at the point I was like, I didn't have time to watch for 45 minutes, but I still have to see it. It's just one of those things.
Yes, of course. I mean, it's groundbreaking in that nothing like this has ever been done before. Yeah. Right. And the thing, and they say in the Q&A, is what Hollywood needs to do is to hire deaf people in front of the camera and behind the camera and in the writing room and all of that. And that's how that sort of stuff happens.
Yeah.
So it was groundbreaking in that way. I love the story of the hearing child, the hearing young woman. It was predictable. I've seen enough film that I'm not impressed by films that don't surprise me, but I like this because it was culturally very different. There were some hilarious scenes. The father is really just direct, just
yes.
There's a scene where she wants to be a singer, and of course that completely leaves them out. She's practicing with this boy up in her bedroom, and her parents come in and are like, how do you shouldn't have this boy in your room. And they come downstairs. Oh, I know. When they were in there practicing, her parents were having sex in the other room. And of course, not aware of the sounds they're making.
Yeah.
They're embarrassed. She's embarrassed. And he's like, what? And so then the next scene, they're all 4 downstairs, and the father's trying to lecture the boy about using condoms. And he does so in a Liz says it's a very deaf and graphic way. And I think even hearing people would say, oh my goodness.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Liz thought that there was something off about the hearing actor playing a coda, because her signing wasn't right for a coda entirely. And I tried to get her to explain it to me, and she couldn't exactly. So I'd be interested to hear what your wife has to say about that.
Well, and the community at large. So the person playing the coda was not actually a coda.
Right.
She was hired to do that. And so she didn't know sign language until she got onto this film, which in a way, like if you're getting on this show to be a coda and your signs aren't particularly like what a coda would sign, even if like say if you saw at the inauguration the gal who signed the Pledge of Allegiance,
yeah, it was signed English.
It was, and just so you know, that the Pledge of Allegiance is what we call frozen text. It's signed and said the same way every time. Yeah. So in that respect, for her, she was a coda and providing this visual language to her family to honor deaf people. And even though there was more English, and she did get a lot of the frozen text that she was supposed to sign, but she also added an accent to it. So it wasn't. Some codas in the West were probably in arms, going, "What? Why did she sign it like that?" And then other codas in the East or the South are going, "What? Why she can't sign it? That's not a sign." But it really is. They really are, and the accent throughout the country is so different. But when you see somebody who's not a coda or not a native signer signing things, you can tell. You just know.
Right. Yeah, she said, when this kid was mad at her parents, she might have spoken instead of signed sometimes, like, or intentionally left her parents out sometimes. She just thought it was off the way she, I know that you can't do ASL when you're speaking, and sometimes she was doing ASL while she was speaking, and that's not
calming.
Cognitive dissonant. You can't exactly do that.
But I've seen a lot of codas do that. They will sim-com in front of their parents. Yes. Yeah. Okay. I don't think that would be out of the norm. I think certain different situations, like if they were just by themselves, I would never see a coda speak at the same time. Like they would just revert to sign. If they're angry, it's their first language, sign language.
Right.
If they're not angry, maybe they would put the simultaneous talk and.
Well, I'll be curious to hear what other codas have to say about it, about coda.
Yeah, I am too, actually. But but it was still good, right? I mean, you still.
Oh, it was really well done. I enjoyed it. I suspended my usual disbelief in order to move myself through the story. Usually, I don't. I'm not a big fan of overproduced, predictable things.
Yeah,
like I said, but I enjoyed the ride for this one. And I'll probably see it again, but probably not until it comes out on Apple Plus TV later this year.
This week, we are going to be talking about our favorite Morgan Freeman films. Do you have one?
Oh, I do. Shawshank Redemption.
I have a feeling that one might be our number one pick. I'm just feeling like that.
It is. So when I was 26, I was diagnosed with leukemia and had a bone marrow transplant. And after the transplant in 1994, I wasn't allowed to go out in crowds because I was immunocompromised.
Yeah.
And of course, I love film. And my doctor kept going, nope, no movies yet. Nope, no movies yet. Nope, no movies yet. And I was just chomping at the bit. So the very first day I was allowed to go out into the theaters, that summer the big film had been Forrest Gump. And I went to see it and I hated it. Hated every minute of it. I was so disappointed. And that night I knew I would go see a film, and I was with a friend, and I was like, okay, here are the films that are out now. I think I want to see Shawshank Redemption. And it was a significant movie for me because I felt like I had just crawled through my own tunnel of shit.
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
You know, it was just really profound for me. You know, get busy living or get busy dying. You know, like it was right in front of me. So,
wow.
Yeah.
So much true to that. Wow. I could see that being your favorite.
Yeah.
Very cool. Now, favorite film of all time?
So, the one I tell people that they've never heard of is I've heard the Mermaids singing.
Okay, I have not heard of this one.
You have not heard of it?
Now I'm gonna have to find out if Beth has heard of it, but just okay.
I've only met one other person who's seen that film.
Okay. One. Wow. Okay. I'm sure there's more. There's more.
It's from the early, I want to say early 90s. Let me look it up.
Aha. Early 90s.
I think.
Yeah, my going to
1987.
87. Wow.
1987. It's by a Canadian director named Patricia Rosema. She changed how I see women in film. How I've seen women in film. I mean, there are several things in my life that have changed it. Princess Leia changed my view of princesses.
Yeah, right.
And I've heard the Mermaids singing changed my view of the role of women in film.
I've heard the Mermaids singing.
I've heard the Mermaids singing.
Okay.
It's a quirky little thing that almost you should ask your fans if anybody had ever seen that film.
There you go. If you have seen it, send us a text at 512 podcast. I want to know. I'm very curious.
Yeah.
In fact, I might even do a TikTok about it later too.
Tag me in it.
I will. Absolutely.
Yeah. Somebody put a TikTok of name your top 5, but don't tell me what it is, and I have to guess what it is. And I had 5 film titles that I knew this little kid would not know. He was probably 18 or so.
Oh, okay.
I was like, there's no way that he's heard of Manon of the Spring or Babette's Feast or
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
So obviously you miss going to the theaters. We've been sort of not going to the theaters for quite some time.
Right. Yeah. We have memberships, through AMC and some of those other things. And I go to the International Film Festival every year. We have a membership there. We see films there all the time. Last year at the International Film Festival, do you remember, when the I-35W bridge fell in Minneapolis about a decade ago? You probably don't.
I don't. I'm sorry.
Well, the bridge just collapsed during rush hour.
That's awful.
Yeah. Yeah. And last year there was a documentary about that. And as I was watching it, I was really wishing I could be in a room full of people who also experienced that, to have that collective experience.
Yeah.
Of something that happened can be really profound.
Yeah.
I drove over that bridge to get to the International Film Festival.
Oh yeah.
I regularly drove under that bridge to get to downtown Minneapolis. I mean, anyway. Yeah. So I love that collective experience you can have. Like, I wished I could have seen Coda in a theater.
Me too.
Really, really, like, to be surrounded by people who are culturally deaf. One of the criticisms Liz had about the film was that there weren't very many mouth sounds that deaf people make. There were some, but they were very muted, very quiet. And sometimes that's not the case,
For sure.
It just would have been interesting to be in a theater of people.
Oh yeah.
There's a scene where they're at I'm not going to tell you about it, but there's a scene where they're at a concert for their daughter. Of course, they can't hear anything. And the director took all the sound out so that you could experience it like maybe they do.
Yeah.
A bit. Yeah. Yeah.
We've experienced in the room with deaf, watching deaf films. Like, there's, it's called ASL Films is the name of the company. They've since gone away, but their films are still out there. And one of my favorite ones is called Versa Effect. And I think it made it through some film festivals as well at one point. But Versa Effect is really, it's like Freaky Friday, where these two people like change their bodies or what have you. But it's all in sign language. The whole thing is in sign language. But when you're in an audience...
Is it subtitled?
Yes, it's subtitled. And so when you're in an audience of deaf people, it's so funny to watch. Like, you'll watch and there'll be a group of people that are hearing, like students or what have you, and you have the deaf people, and a joke will happen on the screen, something hilarious, and all the deaf people start laughing, and then the captions show it, and then all the hearing people start laughing. It's like this taking turns and thing. Awesome. Absolutely awesome.
That happened. There were a few times that happened during Coda with just me and Liz.
Oh, cool.
Liz would laugh, and then I would be like, oh, that's funny. And she goes, and she'd pause and she goes, no, you don't understand. That's a very deaf joke. Very deaf joke. Like, that's not a hearing joke that was written into this. That's a deaf joke. Yeah.
So
yeah. There was a film. Oh gosh, no, I'm terrible with titles. I have all my films written down. A few years back, that was about the first deaf blind kid in France in a deaf school. And it was, I also speak French and I have some understanding of sign language. So I was, and of course ASL is French, right? It came from France.
Yes.
So I'm sitting here watching this, understanding a lot in all the languages, the subtitles, the French, and the sign. I was like, oh my God, that's so much like ASL. So much like ASL. It was fascinating.
That's nifty. That's very cool. I like that. That's very cool. All right. I think lastly, you have something you'd like to plug.
Well, gosh, since we're talking about this, check out the Minneapolis St. Paul Film Arts website and look up this year's Minneapolis St. Paul International Film Festival, where you are likely to see things that you may never, ever get to see. And they're going to be virtual. It's May. Look it up. They have the dates on their website.
There you go.
But you can see all sorts of films there now, and you can see it from anywhere. You don't have to be here. Coming up, they have something called Our Right to Gaze. It's a series of it's a shorts program of Black directors about the Black gaze.
Wow.
It looks fascinating. I saw A Glitch in the Matrix. Have you heard of that film?
No, it triggers something. There's a bell ringing.
It's a documentary. It's a documentary about people who believe that. And I saw Two of Us there. It's a French film about an older lesbian couple whose family doesn't accept them. And one of them has a stroke. So.
Wow.
Intense.
Okay. Yeah. Holy moly. Well,
but good. Really well done. Like, very satisfying in the end.
So the Minneapolis Film Festival.
Well, it's the Minneapolis St. Paul Film Arts.
Okay,
mspfilmarts.org.
Okay.
And look up MSPIF, the Minneapolis St. Paul International Film Festival. Coming up in May.
In May. All right.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, there you have it, listeners. That's Jean, a friend from TikTok, and back to the show. All right, there it is. Jean, my friend from TikTok. You'll find her on TikTok at Knitting Dyke. That's her handle. So check her out there. And I don't think it was in this cut, but I did ask her if she sells the stuff she knits, because she was actually wearing two things that she knitted. and it was she doesn't sell them because there's no price you can put on those things because it takes so long, and
they take a long time, and they can be pretty fragile, and then people are like, oh, I can get this at Walmart for cheaper, and then you're like, okay.
Yeah.
And then
I totally feel it. I'm on your side on that.
Exactly. Well, I have not. So her favorite movie she mentioned was I heard the Mermaids singing.
Yes, it is.
Got it. Okay. So, which I kind of want to see. So I'm probably gonna buy it on Amazon and have it shipped because I know it's on Amazon.
There you go.
Because it's not in my collection. That sounds like a good film.
There you go.
Anyway, and she plugged something, but we'll talk about that later because you heard it already. Because you heard it in here. Ta-da! So if you want, it was actually a 40-minute interview. So if you want to hear the whole thing, we have it up for you on Patreon. Patreon.com/tfwmovies. So you could, all our Patreon subscribers have gotten access to it and can watch it. Ta-da! So
congrats, you can watch it.
Exactly. Let's see. If you have a favorite movie, why don't you tell us? 512-podcast is our phone number. You can always text us. Let us know. Give us a call. Leave a voicemail. Read us a bedtime story.
Ooh.
Right? Wouldn't that be neat?
That'd be... Someone, please.
Exactly. 512-763-2278. That's the phone number in the numeric sound.
Okay.
You feeling all right today, bud?
I'm fine. I'm tired.
That's the numbers for the phone numbers.
That's a number for the phone numbers. Great. The word is podcast. Okay. www.tfwmovies.com. You know what? This is also reminding me. I've been told that people looking for us can't find thanks for watching. It's like really difficult
because everything is TFW.
Yeah. Or well, everything's TFW, but everything is thanks for watching. Like people say it, and it's like million videos that have gone viral, seen millions of times, have thanks for watching on it. So
right.
Those will get the hits before this. But guess what? I figured it out.
Uh-oh. I mean, yay.
Hashtag TFW movies. If you look for us, hashtag TFW movies, you will find us everywhere.
Everywhere.
Everywhere. And that's not our name. Our name is thanks for watching. But still, TFW movies or hashtag TFW movies. You'll find us. Because we pretty much use that hashtag. First thing that comes up is
our Twitter. And then there's some videos.
Yeah.
And then our Instagrams. And then our Facebook. And then our Apple Podcasts.
Nice. We're everywhere.
Yeah. And then on Anchor.
Yep, that's our main spot. Cool.
Himalaya. What's that one?
I have no idea. That's a new one.
Yeah.
And in fact, Jean said she listens to us on a one that I've never heard of. Never mind. I didn't write it down. I wrote it down somewhere.
Fatal mistake.
Big mistake. All right, moving on. How about we move on? Okay, you find us at hashtag TFW movies. You'll see us everywhere. Patreon. We talked about Patreon already. We still want that Twinkie Wiener sandwich thing, and I will be fine with eating wheat for that.
Oh,
I'm just saying, and the buttery creaminess of a Twinkie.
The buttery creaminess of a Twinkie Wiener sandwich.
I miss that.
Buttery creaminess.
Do we need to start this over? Are you okay?
No.
Do you need assistance?
I am good. This is great stuff.
Oh, you were just super excited, actually, for the buttery creaminess of a Twinkie Wiener sandwich?
Yes.
Got it.
I really want this.
I was misunderstanding your cues there, buddy.
I know. Sorry. I'll try to
I was
work
the one
on my
misunderstanding,
cues.
not you.
That's true. Good point. Never mind.
Move. Buttery creaminess, guys.
Buttery creaminess of a Twinkie.
Yep.
A Twinkie Wiener sandwich.
Yeah. Although I just got some gluten-free Oreos the other day, so I'm good with that. That was yummy. That was really good.
Good job.
I can't
now
imagine
you can
what
make
a
gluten-free gray stuff.
Yes, that's true. That's delicious.
That's what I hear. Ask the dishes.
Excellent. All right. Okay, so we're going to talk about this guy. He was born in 1937. Wow. He's been declared dead at least twice, as far as I've known, but he's still alive. Just yes.
Rumored dead, not declared dead.
That's I meant rumored. You're right. There you go.
Quite the difference.
Very much.
He's been declared dead twice, but then we brought him back. It's okay.
That's right. Declared but brought back. Okay. Rumored dead. Thank you. I didn't send this to my editor before I started writing this. Which was okay. Anyway, his parents were a teacher and a barber, which is cool. Born in Memphis, Tennessee, and was a mechanic for the U.S. Air Force. God.
Air Force.
Right. Air Force. There we go. U.S. Air Force. His first acting performance was in an all African American production of the musical Hello, Dolly.
Hey.
And he has won over 26 awards for his roles.
Also, he was on the Electric Company, so...
Yes, so that's that. Exactly. So, that's Morgan Freeman. We're gonna do our favorites of Morgan Freeman. Freeman. No D.
Freeman.
Yeah. I'll explain the D later.
Okay.
You know,
what?
He put a D at the end of Freeman. He says Freeman.
Yeah,
but
but
he's going to explain to us why.
Yeah,
okay.
There's a reason. I'll explain it later. All right, so the beginning of our list. Hold on, I got a cat hair in my mouth.
Oh, for the love of mud.
There we
There's
go.
that saying. I love the mud.
That's the part I'll cut out. Don't worry, nobody will hear that.
Okay.
All right. Crackhead Blues List. We'll start with you, like we always do. Thank goodness. Shawshank Redemption.
Mm-hmm.
7.
Yeah.
Lean on Me.
Aw, yeah.
Yeah. $1 Million Baby.
Oof.
Mm-hmm.
Which I still have yet to see. I have not seen it. I don't know why.
It's a good one.
Last Vegas. That's a good one, too. It's a good one. Bucket List. Guess what?
You've never
still
seen that one?
haven't seen that one either. And then Outbreak. I think we've seen that one.
I think
we
so.
watched that together, I believe.
Yes,
We did. At the beginning of the, pandemic, Ray.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's true. We need to have another one of those. Yes. Well, after we're all schooling, I guess.
Yeah.
So. All right. All right. Thank you, Blue. That was the end of her list. That was
list,
awesome.
Lady.
Great list.
Yes. All right. Now I'm gonna try my chances at reading. This was a big one.
Uh-oh.
I know. It's good. James texted in.
James.
Hi, James.
Yeah. Thank you, James, for doing this, by the way. I'm really grateful for it. Okay, this is going to be long, he says. Morgan Freeman. Wow! He is an amazing actor. With a wide range of abilities from comedy to drama, he can also pull honest emotion from you as a viewer. Ooh, that's true.
Well said.
I'd say... Yeah, me too. Okay, he says, I'd say he's great in all his films, even the film itself. If the film is lacking, his role is still great. Some standouts. After learning about him, I remember hearing he got his start on a show, The Electric Company.
Hey-o!
Hey, you guys might be too young to know what that was.
Oh, friend.
No, sorry. No, not too young. But it was a great show back in the day. Yes, it was. He was great in the Batman movies, adding humanity to the darkness, along with Michael Caine.
Dun, dun, dun.
It was funny in Red. He was funny in Red, yep. Recommended if you haven't seen it, and I totally recommend it too. I'm with him. His role in Invictus as Nelson Mandela, thank you, was so moving. There are some still places that put Morgan's photos instead of Mandela's.
Oh.
Yeah, that's true. Like I've seen that by mistake. They're like putting his stuff in there. Okay, Bucket List was a touching film. Bruce Almighty. If I was religious, his is the face of God for me.
For sure.
Shawshank Redemption. Come on now. There you go. Robin Hood. Yeah. Robin Hood. Best Robin Hood remake is like, he says, the only one I put higher than is Disney's cartoon Robin Hood.
That's awesome. What about Men in Tights?
Well, yeah, I'm curious too, but he wasn't in that one, so I think maybe that was it. Driving Miss Daisy was so quoted and a good movie. He's done. Oops!
Keep going.
I just moved my. Sorry, I just moved my thing. It went out of my view. It's like the teleprompter, and then all of a sudden the teleprompter was moved.
Just so everyone knows, DJ is Ron Burgundy. I'm Ron Burgundy.
I'm Ron Burgundy. I'm DJ.
There we go. All right. He's done so many more, but like I said, his range is impressive, but the layers that he adds to a 2D character, that breaths of life, into it. Sorry, huh? I just messed up.
DJ.
So I don't read everything that's on the prompter. Like Ron Burgundy. That breath of life into it. He breathes life into it. Here we go. Or his subtle way that seems to enhance those he's sharing a scene with. So amazing actor, amazing pick of the week, and hope you guys have a great show.
Oh,
thanks for doing
it.
You.
Thanks, James.
Thank you. Thank you, James. That's awesome.
Hope you enjoy it.
Hope you enjoy it. Sorry I butchered your stuff. But I warned you. All right. Very good. Okay. Now we're ready. I opened it up to TikTok. Remember, I do that every week?
Yep.
Ta-da. So, okay. TikTok group says, in her interview and on TikTok, at Knitting Dife says, Shawshank Redemption. Of course. So she had to go on there and do it there as well.
Right.
Okay. At T4 Tillerman. Okay. Glory, she says. She. They say. There you go. They say. At Helen by email. So many. Kiss the Girls.
Yeah.
Driving Miss Daisy. All right. And then.
Go ahead.
So many. Here's two.
Well, you know. There are so many. I mean, you list three.
I know. It was just funny.
I know. So
it just sounded like there was more the way you were reading.
Yeah, I thought there was going to be a big list that was coming.
Like, so many.
Like, oh, that's it.
These two. Also this. And this. Also a side order of this. And you're just like, that's it.
So, well, see, the teleprompter says so many ... But
those are Helen. That's her favorites.
That's her favorites. That's right.
I just found it funny. That's all.
It really was funny.
Yeah. It's good. It's good time.
I'm seeing it through your eyes right now, or hearing it through your ears. And it's funny. Okay. At D Williams 421. Shawshank Redemption, and puts a smiley face. Okay. At Lambert 1998. Bruce and Evan Almighty.
Good choices.
Yeah, very good choices. And that rounds off that list.
Cool.
And I have to go to another spot to read one more.
Gotta find
list.
another teleprompter.
Another teleprompter. This is the tiny teleprompter. It's the tiny one. There we go. Because I got a text from Wendy.
Hey, Wendy.
Yay. All right, here's her list. Bruce Almighty and Evan Almighty.
Nice.
There we go. Shawshank Redemption.
Cool.
I don't know why I had to do an accent like that.
Because you're a weirdo.
God. I guess so. 7.
I've never seen Evan Almighty.
No?
Oh, really?
Just putting that out, yeah.
It's not as good as Bruce Almighty.
Yeah,
but
Bruce
I could have told you that without seeing it. That's probably why I didn't watch it.
Yeah. 7, Outbreak. The Big Boss's Lucky Day, or no, Lucky Sleven? Hashtag Sleven? Slevin? Okay. I'm glad you know, because I have never seen this one. Okay. Oblivion,
Okay.
The Mighty Rebel.
Okay.
There we go. And my favorite teacher, Lean on Me.
There you go.
Also, The Bucket List. And then The Dark Knight, in which he had the best toys for Batman.
True story.
There you go. So that is her list.
Wendy.
Good.
Right?
Yay, Wendy.
Good list.
Yay, great list. Great list. All right, here we go. Now it's time for our cast list.
Yep, you're first.
I'll go first. There we go. Red. I just love Red, by the
It's
way.
funny. It's a fun
I've
movie.
watched it over and over again. In fact, now I really want to watch it again. So.
Never seen it.
Oh,
Pretty funny.
it is pretty funny.
If you're looking for a movie where stuff blows up, it's a good one.
Yeah, that's true. Shawshank Redemption, 7, Driving Miss Daisy, Going in Style,
Oh.
Bruce Almighty, Now You See Me.
Ah.
I really like them. 1 and 2. I didn't put 2 there, but it's there. Trust me. Olympus Has Fallen. I like that film. Deep Impact. And I know he was just the president and not really like in the
How dare.
I know, but he's
just the president.
just the president.
How very dare you.
I know he wasn't God, but whatever. No, that's my list. That's my
Good list.
Thank you. Appreciate it. What do you got, Beth?
Much the same. I think only one is different from everybody else's. So I have Glory. I also liked him in Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves.
Yes.
Shawshank, of course. Outbreak, which is, I love it. Kiss the Girls, which I think is amazing. Bruce Almighty. And the Lego Movie. Because Vitruvius is glorious in so many different ways. Love, 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 love. Your turn, Joe.
Pretty basic. Everybody's said them all already, but I'm gonna go with Glory, Shawshank, and 7.
Good choices.
Nice.
Yeah.
Excellent choice. Very good. Cool. Well, that wraps up our list. Man, I think we're flying through this. Is it me?
No. Yes.
No. Yes. Okay.
I don't know.
Got it. All right. Well, it's time for stuff we're putting in our eyes.
Yes,
and this week's Alphabet Movie Soup, which incorporates numbers this week, next week, and last week. God. In case I don't see you, good afternoon, good morning, good afternoon. Never mind.
Holy shit, dude!
I know. I'm having. I don't think I've.
You're having a little disconnect today.
Little bit. I've been working on homework all day long because I haven't worked today.
You just spent all your brain on homework.
Yeah, my brain is spent. So you get the DJ Mush brain for the podcast. I'm
Perfect.
Sorry. Yeah.
Just what you want recorded forever on the internet.
Right? Forever on the internet, DJ's Mush brain.
Perfect.
I'll try to slow down. How about I do that?
It's probably a good idea.
Yeah. Yeah. Or just take over, Beth. You just pull up the notes, take over.
And you know that's not
like
gonna happen.
notes.
So, I mean, I'll run this thing, but it probably won't be the way you like it, so...
No, don't do it. Okay, no, I don't care.
But let's start talking about 8 Heads in a Duffel Bag, because that's the movie we all watched this week.
That is, yay!
This is the movie we all watched this week.
I love this film. I've watched it. This probably is my 80th time.
Wow.
Felt we accidentally, like they do with the heads in the film, accidentally stumbled upon it. And it became one of our favorite films of all time.
It's a good movie.
It really did.
It's a funny movie.
It really is. And the thing that nailed it, like made it, this is the movie you're going to watch all the time whenever it's on, whenever you get a chance. It's even in our DVD collection.
Oh.
The thing that made us keep this film was the Hitman song.
Oh, the singing heads, yeah.
The singing heads. Once that came out, I couldn't stop laughing. This was one of those films that certain jokes, and I don't even remember back then what it was, but it was the kind of joke that made me have to stop watching it and pause it while I laugh. And it must have been one of those laughs that lasted 15 to 20 minutes.
Oh, wow.
Like, it was one of those things. And then, like, 5 minutes later, it would hit me again, and I would just start laughing about that same joke and have to stop it again. So that's what this film is like for me. It's
just one big, long laugh for you.
Oh, my gosh. And I still laugh every time, like I'd never seen it before.
So the basic plot of this movie is he's a med school student, goes to Mexico to have a vacation with his girlfriend and her family. He sits next to a hitman on the plane who is transporting 8 heads in a duffel bag. And because they're in an airport and on an airplane and there's luggage involved, shit gets mixed up. And the rest of the movie is trying to get the heads where they need to go, trying to make sure all the heads are there.
Yes.
Head juggling.
Head juggling, yes.
And singing heads.
Yes, and heads that get washed, heads that end up in a coyote.
There is a delightful sidebar of David Spade being a sarcastic med student a-hole, which is pretty fun to watch. And I think that if you have not viewed this film, you ought definitely do it.
Definitely. Absolutely must.
How did you like it, Joe?
Not nearly as much as you guys did.
Aww, it's a ridiculous movie.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I don't want to tear it down. You guys love it so much.
I knew that you were not a fan by the fact that you didn't say anything.
Yeah, I was just letting you guys go. Yeah, I was letting you guys
You're just
get
like,
after it.
if they keep talking, I don't have to say anything.
I mean, I laughed at a lot of stuff. Like, it's funny. Okay, yeah, that's funny. Mostly Joe Pesci, but I feel like he couldn't even save it. I hated the main character. Like, he was overly neurotic, and
super neurotic.
It bothered
neurotic.
It bothered me though. Like, it was too much.
Okay.
It was too much. What else didn't I like about it? Some of the dialogue, some of the jokes. I didn't really.
They didn't land for you?
They didn't land, and I thought they were kind of like, wow, that's a sign of the times. Like,
yes, absolutely.
Yes.
My mom and I were talking about that. Like, a lot of the stuff in the hotel and
yeah,
there's
shitty.
It's a pretty racist-y.
Yeah, I didn't care for most of that.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, it was okay. I don't think I'll ever watch it again, to be honest.
That's okay. You don't have to.
Yeah.
I mean, even watching it this time, I was like, the guys that stole the Jeep and then stole the Jeep again, like, they didn't.
I don't think any one of those guys were actually Mexican.
No,
right,
I don't think
exactly.
so either.
Yeah.
I was like, Ricky Schroeder, what are you doing here?
Yeah, so I don't know. I mean,
I get what you're saying, and I agree. Yeah. We were talking about that. My mom and I were when we were watching it. It was just like, oh dear. Oh well, that was in the 90s even.
Yeah.
So.
But what I really just, it bothered me how, like, they were going for, okay, this guy's a mess. He's a neurotic mess. But it was like, it was over the top. Like,
well, they really wanted to sell it.
Yeah, it was just too much.
I mean, I think they were all over the top. Like,
it was pretty cartoony.
I don't know. Joe Pesci was Joe Pesci to me.
Well,
honestly.
Joe Pesci is Joe Pesci and a cartoon.
That's true. Yeah,
I liked him. Yeah, there was just some stuff where I was just like, wow, that's what we're doing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
I see what you. Yes, I agree with that. There were certainly things that you look back and you're just like, oh dear. Well, that's not okay.
Yeah.
So.
And I remember how we discovered this film.
How did you discover this film?
Well, and so we were watching a film, and it was a rental, so it was on a VHS. We rented it, and at the beginning of it was all these trailers, and Eight Heads in a Duffel Bag was one of the trailers. And we were kind of in this independent film kick at the time, because I think it was like TriStar or something. It wasn't even like a major
TriStar was pretty big.
Well,
but I get what you're. Don't worry about it. Just keep talking.
Yeah. TriStar was Disney's like.
That's Touchstone.
Oh, it was Touchstone. Maybe then it was Touchstone. But either way, it was like Disney's like, this week, if we make things with Touchstone, then we don't have to worry about showing a butt crack or saying a PG-13 thing. Yeah, that's they started with Splash. I was there. I got that. There you go. Yeah. And then but anyway, we were watching all these independents that really didn't come out into the theaters, and I'm sure this did, but maybe not very much.
I don't know. It's a soundtrack was almost completely ska music.
Yeah.
So.
That's how we discovered it. We're like, oh, that looks better than the film we just watched. So why don't we try it?
That's always fun.
Exactly. So I found it and said, oh, let's put that in our eyes. So anyway,
perfect. That's the way to do it.
Yeah. I just love that Joe Pesci called David Spade Gaddafi, and then his roommate.
David Spade said he was Gaddafi.
That's right, exactly. And then he just believed it the whole time. So like, anyway.
So what would you rate it?
What would I rate it? I would shoot. This is still a 10 for me. Like if it made me laugh, it made me go crazy, and just with the nostalgia of it all. So, although I mean, and I totally agree with Joe. Like looking at it, I'm like, now I'm like, oh my god, this is definitely not the way films should be made anymore. So.
Oh no, definitely.
How about you?
I would give it like a good, probably like 6.5, 7. I watch it.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it in years, and then I watched it again, and I was like, oh dear. But I'm sorry, I was half paying attention because I was reading what Blue is saying. So yes, I would give it like a 7, 6, 7. How about you, Joe?
5, average.
Yeah.
Okay.
And like I said, I didn't hate it. No. I laughed. I did laugh at some stuff. I'm trying to think of something that stood out that was funny to me. Oh, like when the grandma shows up and how she's kind of shit talking Joe Pesci's character back. Like I thought that was funny because she just didn't care.
Just zero craps given to the hitman.
So she was pretty funny talking to him like that. He was like, "What the heck? How's this
lady
talking to me like that?" Yeah.
Who are you talking to me like that?
Yeah. I found some of the David Spade stuff funny because it's David Spade doing David Spade essentially. What else? There was oh man, I remember laughing pretty hard at something, but it was like I said, it wasn't like it wasn't the whole thing. Like it was just a couple hits. I was like, man, that's actually pretty funny. But yeah, overall, it's average for me.
The green screen CGI stuff was hilarious.
Oh, that was the headless bodies was awful. It was awful,
wasn't it?
You can see their necks like moving, and it's like, why didn't you guys just do costuming right there? It'd have been so much cheaper.
Yes. Yep. Totally get it. I don't know if that's just their digital version. I'll have to look at my DVD copy of it and see if it's the same.
My guess is your DVD version is not going to be much better.
Probably not.
My guess is it's probably just the print, bro.
It's bad. It's bad. Like it was so. Oh, I was like,
special effects were secondary. They had to pay.
Yeah, why is it moving like that? What are they doing? Like, just do costumes. Like,
they're paying that good Christy Swanson money.
Yeah.
Yeah, 5 all day.
Excellent.
All right.
Well, check it out if you get a chance. Check it out, people.
So this week, this week has been a weird sequestered week. So, we got Discovery Plus. And,
okay.
I have been watching a lot of Discovery
Ooh.
type shows. There's a show with Mike Rowe called 6 Degrees, which is really interesting. He explains how basically everything in the world is interconnected, much like the 6 degrees of, Kevin Bacon or Separation or any of those things.
Okay.
So that's pretty good. Watching Mythbusters, because I always love Mythbusters. There was a show about the Ronnie DeFeo Amityville murder house. So we watched the first half of that. Then my niece and nephew came over and I had to
Turn it off?
Yeah, because, a 2-year-old and a 9-month-old don't need to see that sort of thing.
Yeah, they're fine.
But there is a show that I'm pretty excited about, hoping for a season 2 on, and that is called Savage Builds. And Adam Savage does crazy builds. The first episode, he makes a titanium replica of the Iron Man suit and gets a dude flying in it. There's one where he makes the crazy gun from The Fifth Element, and he has the rocket and the flamethrower and the freeze ray and the net gun, and he's trying to make it all into an actual prop-size prop. It's a cool show. If you feel the need to put some money to
speed?
Discovery, then Savage Builds is a great one to watch. Also, I just found out that Wheel of Fortune is going to be on Netflix, and I'm ready for it. I'll watch that with my Jeopardy.
Nice.
What have you been watching?
Yeah.
DJ, what have you been putting your
Oh, me? Oh, okay.
I am kind of surprised that you're acting all surprised. This is the order we always go in.
Oh, it's Joe, Beth, Joe, and DJ.
Is it?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Huh, okay.
That's why
The other one though, you're always the first one to go on the list.
Exactly. Yeah.
But Joe has been talking about he doesn't watch anything either. But
I haven't really been watching much because I've been doing school and
doing Twitch,
working and
all
stuff. Yeah, and
homework.
just Twitch streaming mostly. I did start watching The Stand, however.
Cool.
So I'll get through that hopefully before the end or before we do next week, and then we can talk about that.
Okay.
Because I know we've been putting that off because I haven't watched it yet.
Right.
So I'll get through that hopefully by the time we do next week's show, and then we can talk about The Stand.
Yes.
Cool. Excellent. That's cool. And in fact, I couldn't even talk about it either because I'm not caught up. We missed last week's. So.
Oh, I'm the only one who's seen it all then.
Yes.
So I'll shut up.
That's what it sounds like. Well, now's your chance, DJ. You got to catch up.
Oh,
now's my chance to spoil it for both of you.
Spoil it. Do it.
Yeah. We'll probably watch it tonight.
I'm gonna DJ it.
Oh, dear.
This is what happens. Mother Abigail.
Ooh. See, I like spoilers. Go ahead, tell me.
I'm not going to tell you.
No. I'm kidding.
The end is a huge spoiler anyway because it's not actually in the book.
Got it.
It was an epilogue written by the Stephen Kings.
Oh, got it.
Yes,
well,
yes.
I paid money to see a movie this week. We paid to see Barb and Star go to Vista Del Mar.
You paid to see Barb and Star. I love it.
And it was worth every penny.
I'm
Let me
sure
tell
that
you.
It was.
I loved it. It was hilarious. It was... Barb and Star, they go on an adventure. They don't normally... And they're like these best of friends, practically joined at the hip, and do everything's together. The opening of the film, they're sitting on a couch at their work. Mm-hmm. They don't even know who's working that day. One of them is off. They just go there to sit and chat all the time.
Oh, those were the days.
Oh my gosh. hilarious.
This
they
is that
they end up
Kristen Wiig and
Yeah.
okay.
Yes. So anyway, they end up going on this adventure to Florida.
Vista Del Mar.
Yes, Vista Del Mar, and
Del Boca Vista.
Craziness ensues. No. But yeah, craziness happens, and it gets. I mean, it's so. I'm trying to think of the what it seems like to me.
Madcap, zany.
Yes, very Austin Powers.
Ah, okay.
And so funny, like, to me. I mean, I don't know if everybody else is gonna like it. And I got the recommendation from teacher J.M. Strauss, who texted me and said, "Hey, I just watched this and it was pretty funny." And I'm like, "Oh, I've been meaning to watch that." And there it is. So, and it hasn't come out in theaters yet. I think it's going to soon. And I don't know how it's going to work. I think it's coming out on Prime too eventually, but
probably
really funny. It was worth the $20, trust me.
Good.
Especially that I haven't gone to the movie theaters in forever anyway, so like get to see something new and fresh that's like, funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's it. I would say more, but I don't want to spoil it for everybody because me. If I keep talking about it, there will be a spoiler.
You'll tell a story, yeah.
That's right. So, finished Titans 2, or Season 2. So, that was fun. I enjoyed that. Caught up on the WandaVision. Wow. WandaVision. It's finally doing stuff for us, which is nice. Started watching Star Trek Voyager again. So... and I really want to start watching Discovery again because I really enjoyed that. More of a binge watch version of it instead of just like waiting every week.
Yeah.
Started going into prop culture again, and just so cool to see Rick Moranis.
Yeah.
So
I hope
neat.
they do a season 2 of prop culture.
I hope so too.
So great.
It is so great, and just to see rich people showing off their fun props that they probably paid a lot of money for. Just like...
Okay, that's... Oh my god, that's one way to look at it, I guess.
I love it! Lifestyles of the rich and famous.
Like the rich nerds who...
Yes.
Save stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd never really thought about it that way. I'm just like, oh look, movie props, they make me happy.
Exactly. But I mean, I don't know if you noticed, but he talks about these things at the Disney Archives, and he also talks about stuff that he's acquired.
Right, because he's a collector.
Yeah, we know how you acquired that, you millionaire.
It wasn't randomly. No. Look what I found.
Hey, look, I found this Tron thingity thing, just like sitting. Oh, it just showed up in my kitchen the other day.
Yeah, right?
Hey, what's that on the counter? I don't know. It's a thing. I think it's from Tron. Put some tape on it.
But it was really neat to see. It is neat to see all the props that are used and the clothing and then see the actors and such.
Actors responding to it. My favorite is still the Mary Poppins episode. It's so sweet. And like the sweet little lady who was the choreographer for Step in Time, and she's like... It cracks me up that he comes out with like the brush and he's got his gloves on to preserve it, and she just like yanks a bristle out of it. She's like, ooh, like that's a spicy old lady.
Yeah,
she's serious.
Nobody'll notice that missing.
Nobody'll notice that. It's only broadcast over Disney Plus.
Yeah,
we actually have film of you,
right?
Desecrating this,
but it was still cool. Like she
it was
just
great.
like,
I loved it.
It was good, yeah.
Like if anybody has the right to yoink a bristle out of those brushes, it's her.
Totally. Like, why doesn't she have a bristle of her own?
Well, she does now.
Yeah, right.
And then like the costume designer who was married to Julie Andrews at the time, and he's like petting the jacket, and it's like, oh, you could tell that. Yeah, that's so sweet.
It was good. I like that show.
Yeah, it's a good one.
We'll definitely watch more of it. And I'm sure there's more, but mostly like in between like working and school and everything else.
Yeah.
So that's it. That's all I've got. Yes. Okay. Thank you. So our trivia question. Here we go. True or false? Jurassic World is set 22 years after the events of Jurassic Park. And the answer is true. But
nobody answered that, huh?
Say that again.
Nobody answered that?
No, nobody answered it. I'm really surprised.
It's a bummer.
Yeah.
They have little callbacks and everything.
Yeah.
I was watching that the other day because I like dinosaurs. And
I like dinosaurs.
I like dinosaurs, Mr. DNA.
Yeah, the way he says dinosaurs.
Yeah, cracks me up.
It's really hitting that U in there.
Mm-hmm. Make sure you're reading all the letters.
Yeah.
So we didn't pick a actor to do our next film list based on the movie we watched.
That's true.
Oh, yeah.
So I suggest Joe Pesci.
I would go with that.
I'm good with that. Joe Pesci. Let's do it. All right.
Cool.
We'll put that in the notes. Joe Pesci.
Sold.
Yay. All right. So here is the question for next week. Or for this week. So you have a week to figure this out. And I'm going to make it easy on you. It's going to be true and false. Are you ready?
Yep.
Here we go. True or false? The lead villain character of the 1989 film Batman was the Joker, played by Denzel Washington. There you go.
Okay.
That is the true-false question for next week. Ta-da! All right. Now I don't know, future openings. What did I say? I said at the very beginning. I said Coming to America. That's coming soon.
Coming to America with a 2.
Yeah. One that I didn't get to watch that came out this weekend. It's on HBO Max. I'm blanking on the name. Sorry. It's about. So basically, it's this guy. Works with the FBI,
Just
and he infiltrates the Black Panthers. Oh. It looks really darn good, and so I'm probably going to put that in my eyes this week on HBO Max.
Okay.
So, but yeah, it looks really, really good. And yeah, so I don't know. I was gonna watch that between that or Barb and Star, and and I was like, well, do I want drama or do I want comedy? And I was like, well, let's do comedy today, and we'll do drama later. So, but it does look good.
Okay, I'm trying to figure out which one that one is because that didn't give me a whole lot of.
No, I'm sure it didn't. Yeah.
In theaters. On
What do you
HBO
mean?
Max,
What do you mean? That was a perfect description.
Oh, are you talking about Judas and the Black Messiah?
That's the one. That's it.
Got it. I found it.
Yay! I knew you would. Internet Movie Database right there.
Pow!
Took care of us. Exactly. All right. So, let's see. Moving on. Okay, we picked Joe Pesci. So if you have a Joe Pesci film that is your favorite, 512 Podcast. There you go. Or shout out at tfwmovies.com or at tfw. Jeez Louise. At TFW Movies on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. Holy buckets!
Holy buckets! Am I back
buckets?
in Minnesota?
Yeah.
They say that all the time. Holy buckets.
Holy buckets.
What the hell is going on right now?
Sorry, we're Midwesting. Would you like some hot dish?
Yeah.
Hot dish?
Oh yeah, man. It's like they just bring casseroles and just all call it hot dish. You go to like a church social and everybody, there's just casseroles as far as the eye can see.
Go
casseroles.
I'm bringing some hot dish. I'm bringing a hot dish. Okay.
All right, let's plug something, everybody.
Sure.
It's time for that. Big Chacho Standard Tattoo Parlor. Not making appointments yet, but they're selling a lot of shirts, guys.
Good.
Holy mackerel.
I am glad that they're
good.
Doing some business moving.
Keeping the income coming.
Yeah, exactly. So, hey, if you need a shirt, by all means, like look him up. He's got some stuff. Go. Yeah, you'll find a lot of his stuff at the Standard Tattoo Parlor on Instagram, and a lot of their contact info is right there. So check it out. 29 Toes Podcast. We just saw on their Marco Polo that they may have recorded an episode.
Oh,
all right.
It was Tyler's birthday.
Happy birthday,
Tyler.
Happy birthday,
Did they
Travis.
all get together, or was it just Tyler and...
It was just Tyler and Sean, I believe.
Tyler and Sean again.
I did not see Lucas there.
No, I think he's still
bummer.
dadding.
But they were pretty, like, 2 to 4 sheets to the wind, if you know what I mean.
They were in their cups, as it were.
Yes. And they were, and it was, hey guys, look what I found. And it was all the recording equipment. So I don't know if they were even able to turn it on, because usually they have it turned on before they start drinking. So we'll see. They might have an episode coming out.
What are you saying, DJ? You're sounding pretty judgy there, buddy.
Is that? Am I? Oh, no judging. Honestly, I don't judge. Do what you like. It's fun. And make sure you record it so I can enjoy it as well.
Yeah, if you're gonna do it, at least record it.
Exactly.
Yeah, I missed their show, man.
Me too. Let's see. Crystal, a friend of ours, her birthday. So
hey, happy birthday, Crystal.
Happy birthday, Crystal.
Lots of birthdays.
Like Gaming Corner Crystal?
That's right.
Hey.
Exactly. Yeah. So, all right. Let's see what else. Oh yeah, Jean says St. Paul, Minneapolis Film Arts having their movie festival in May 13th through the 23rd.
Are they doing it digitally?
Yeah, so mspfilm.org is where you go and learn more about it.
Heck yeah, I'll check it out.
Yeah. So that'll be in May. Also, I know that there's a film festival coming up here really soon. It's the Damn Short Film Festival.
Here being where, DJ?
Oh, here in Las Vegas. Sorry, yeah. Thank you.
Yes, we do live in 3 different cities.
I forget about that somehow. Like, we sound like we're so close together every week.
I know, it's like I could reach through the Zoom and smack you.
Sounds like you want to sometimes.
No.
No. Who would want to do that?
No one ever's.
Holy buckets.
Oh, jeez.
Joe, you want to plug something?
Sure, yeah. I'll plug my Twitch channel like I always do. We stream 3 nights a week, sometimes 4. Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, generally around 6:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. You can find me at twitch.tv/apostle_OFC.
Yeah.
Go listen to him. Go do it. Oh, you can see him. That's what I forgot.
You can see him with your eye holes.
That's right.
It's more than listening.
Holy crap, you can put Joe in your eyes.
That's
yes. True. Oh, that'd be awesome.
Pretty crazy.
Yup.
All right.
All right.
Sorry,
so.
I'm adding it. I'm on my iPad and stuff, so it's like it's not
so pokey.
cooperating with me.
It's not cooperating.
No.
Things are just not cooperating tonight.
It's corroborating.
Perfect. All right, well, you've made it through the show. Congratulations. You've leveled up. You've made it through level 144 of Thanks for Watching. So now comes the time where we thank everybody for listening to the watching. First of all, we would of course like to thank our Patreon members, Lucas, Abby, Tyler, Teacher Jam Strauss, Sean Blue, who does also, but we thank her anyway later, and Wendy. Big Checho, who is selling t-shirts, and his daughter just had a birthday, and he's a very talented art man. We love the Big Checho.
Yay!
We'd like to thank the cast. That's DJ McGee, who needs a nap. Joe, Joe, who could probably also use a nap, and me, I'm Beth. I could definitely use a nap after this week. We'd like to thank the beautiful ladies behind the scenes who keep us from going absolutely bonkers and sometimes allow us to take naps, and that would be Crackhead Blue, our wonderful friend,
Yay.
My mom, Dorothy Fielden,
Hooray.
and of course the fantastic Penny McGee. But most of all the people that we would like to thank you, the listener, because you dared to challenge yourself to make it to level 144 and get through it, which you have. So well done, player. Well done. Give yourself a well-deserved pat on the back, wash your hands, wear your mask, and be excellent to each other.
And that's the news.
It was a red herring you couldn't see through.